Hi and welcome back to R2D2, build your own by Deagostini.
Chris with no head.
Me with no head again. Yeah, I've been a Shell's there as well in the corner. About to see her legs. It's been a while since I've done the last video. As I said in the last few runs, I've moved it out so I could get everything set up. As you can see, it's still a bit of a mess in the background. See, before I tied it up a bit. So you start with, I've got all 4 issues, there's going to be a lot to do, some testing to do as well. Not live today, shame. Next one might be live, we have to see how it goes. So you start with issue 81 obviously, and what you get, Cheryl, you get this is BF04, and it all says always up the top there, BF04. Now these ones you've got to put with the writing sticking up, and then you've got BF05, got 2 of those, exactly the same, and this time they want them both the same way up, with the numbers written up the top there. As long as you have it that way round, and then you got of course the usual metal connectors, and you just put it the way you usually done with all the other rings you've done on the head and the body. Connect them together and use 2x4mm screws, as you've done since the start. Well, nearly enough to start anyway. I think it was the issue 11. I think we started doing this sort of ring for the heads. But make sure you do use 11 2x4mm, not 2x6mm, like you did at first. But, how is everybody? I know it's only been a day since I last put this video, the 3D printer up. I'm doing this, what today? It's Tuesday. So it'll probably go up tomorrow this. So Wednesday to be up. Get a few views. The next one probably will be live, as I said, hopefully anyway. That's why I'm doing this one quickly, because it's only a quick issue to do this 81. Just 4 screws to do up on the ring. When we get the next parts, the ring, there'll be a lot to do together. They are done. Might need to tighten them up slightly because they're a little bit loose, but yeah, that's the ring done. That's 81 done. And I'll be back with you with 82 in a minute. Right, I'm back. So issue 82 is a lot to do. You get this silver compartment, small silver compartment, not much detail, which people are a bit annoyed with. You get the door, which has got a hinge on it. You get this weird little silver hinge part. You get a 15mm black screw and a usual 2x3x6mm screw. And what you do is you hold the door like this, or like that technically to you actually, but and you put the weird hinge silver part in the middle of the hinge. Then you get a 15mm screw and you pop it through the top. That should go near enough all the way through, like so. Then obviously you just screw that in place using a really good screwdriver. Thanks again, Horlicks and Penny. If you haven't got one of these, if you want one of these, let me know and I'll put a link in the description.
Just do a link.
I'll do a link in the description anyway. Actually, if you look up the description, you'll find a link for this screwdriver. It's an Oria. Plenty of different types of screwdriver ends, sizes and everything as well. Right, so that's secured on there. Then you get the silver compartment you had earlier, and there's a hole there, see? And you just put the part you put on together in that hole. Right, so I think that's in there. And then you put a 2.3x6mm screw in the back there, and that's a little compartment done. Yeah, you got a big bag of screws with this issue, so I've just separated them all on the side here, so I know what one's which. Makes my life a bit easier. Once I've done these issues, I'll put away the spares and what's left over. Some really tiny countersink screws. They're really small. I don't even know why they're used yet. So you see that this is such a pain. See that it should be closed, but if I leave it loosely, maybe see what happens. If I just loosen it a bit, That's not very good, is it? Look at that. That's just rubbish. That's just badly designed, that Deagostini and model space. Come on, it's R2. You should make it so that it actually closes properly, for God's sake. Oh, I went over it. Right. Here we go again. Now, there's another door, big door for the front of R2. And you get, like the other door on R2 front, you get these little hinges again. And now it says you need 2x9mm screws. It actually says it properly this time. Double check what these ones are. Guessing one though they are. Yeah, that's them. 2 of those. And 2x3 mix. 2x3 6mm screws as well. For some reason I've got 3 there. Right, how do you need to do this? Right, so you get the door and you put the silver part on the outside of the hinge, like so, not on the inside, and you secure it with a 2x9mm screw. Now, clearly they've looked up and know they've made a mistake in the last time round. They put 2x11mm screw for the first door you put on the R2. So they've obviously clearly gone forward and seen that they changed it in the later issues. I might have to change the head on this one, actually it's too big. It's a good thing I'll never have no screwdriver to mix it here. Try that one. But it says one. That's too big, I think. I'm going to do this off screen. I'll do the other hinge. I'll do the other screen hinge off screen. It's very tight. I might do loosen that. We'll see. I'll do the other one off screen. I'll be back with you in a minute. That's them screwed in. One's loose, one's a bit stiff, which is a bit strange, but anyway. Right, so you get the other tool compartment, which no tools in it. Which is kind of weird, to be honest. Those people do modifications on these R2s, make them look nice and actual neat, look good. They got LED lights and everything like that in them, but I'm not good at stuff like that, so I'll just leave it to the expert, to the more adventurous people to do that. Again, you put screws in the back there and there, the usual 2.3x6mm screws, as always. Now, I'm going to be back at view in a minute after I'll just screw this in, and I'll do that. Next part, I've got to get a few parts out of the box. I'm just not bothered yet. I'll just go round to it. If I was doing this live, I'd do it before I could start. But they've seen the box there waiting for me, and I'll be back with you in a minute once I've done this door up. Yeah, done up. No details in it at all. Well, this one actually closes nicely. It don't spring open like the other one. I'll be back with you in a minute with the next part of this issue. Loads of things. Back with it. There you are. You get the front panel you started the last 4 issues. And it's pretty obvious where the last 2 tool pack boxes you go. So this one go clearly there. Right. So the crappy door. Very good. And the one obviously goes in there like that. And then they get screwed in 2x6mm screws there, and there again. I'll do that off camera, there's no point in me showing you that, and I'll be back with you after that. So, bye. Right, that's that done. There's doors in there. I'm not happy with that at all. That's rubbish. That is utter rubbish. Deagostini, come on, look at that. Look. Everyone's had the same problem, so it's not just me. That's just pants, isn't it? The other one's perfectly fine, but that opens no problems.
For that price as well.
Yeah,
that you
you think of money, yeah, Cheryl says, you think that would just be closed. You can see even in the picture, it's like that. Oh, okay, right, installing the sensors. Right, so we get this big blue plastic bit from the first thing.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Now you got a top and bottom here. Actually, I don't know if it matters at the moment, but if you have it so that, see, there's like a little dent there, and there's two little dents here. See, if you have hold it that way up for the moment, and then you get this. What do you call it? They just don't say what it is. It just says there's a grill. I think, speaker grill. I think. So this one's got 3. This one's got 4. So get the one with 3 on it, and you put it in the blue bit at the bottom. You have it the way I said, and it goes in only one way because the way the posts are put in. And you do it up the back with 2x6mm flanged screws. Shaw's favourite word. It's the ones with a little top hat on. People have been calling them. You just do that at the back. 5 came with this issue, so. Well, actually 6 came with this issue, so probably going to use 5 of them. At least you don't have to go into your screw box to get these out. So that's quite not bad, is it really, to be honest? And then I think you do the other, do the other one up at the top with the same 2x6mm screws, flange screws again. I think Cheryl's going to laugh every time I say flanged.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, unicorn! Oh no. No unicorn in this video yet.
Take his break.
Yeah, I think he got lost in the move as well, I think. Yeah, probably somewhere in the move he's got lost, so I have to have a search around for next video, especially if it's a live one. Especially you if you're watching, Mark. Mark loves the unicorn, always asks for it. Yeah. And then you've done that up the back with flange screws. I keep saying it every now and again. And again, you put the other one at the top, the 4 post, 4 grill bits to the back there. And I'll do this off camera, might as well save some time seeing it. Right, that's that done. Now, as I said, as long as you get this 4 slot here with this weird little out dent there, and there's 2 bits up top there, then you get it right way round. It don't matter. If you want to make it look screen accurate, then do it the right way round. Then you get this weird part, what do they call this? BF47 or BP47. Bit blue, don't know why it's blue on the back. Don't matter. But you have this weird like sharp fin at the top. I call it that. And you got 2 sensors. One that's probably can't see it there, just about to see that says a T on the top. And you put that in the top part. It's not T for top because the other one's not B for bottom, so I guess I don't know what on earth T and R stands for, but we'll probably find out later on anyway. You push it all the way home as far as possible. Yeah, make sure it's in there as far as possible, which is near enough level with the bottom part here. And then you get the other one, which is marked R. So when you have the sharp fin at the top, you have them all pointing downwards like that.
No bike.
No bikes and cars and
Lorry.
all sorts. Yeah. Lorry, car, lorry.
Ram.
So you have it so now the
Cot.
2 little bits.
Cot.
I thought she said something as well. 2 bits at the top there. And you have it so the shark fins on top as well, and they just line up on the back there like that. It's pretty simple.
That's cool.
Sat up. See, there's that little notch there, goes into that hole there, and then you
Really cool.
screw it with a 2x6mm flange screw. Emphasis the word flange. You don't want to giggle every time. Shut up now.
Sorry.
Oh, that pun. Again, she's annoying me as always. Now we can test these sensors now. Before we put them in the body, I thought we'd test them after the body. I'll show you how to set it up, and I'll tell you how to test it. I think it's like it's exactly like the way we test the shoulder sensors on the legs. So there's no point in me showing you how to test it. I'll just show you how to set it up. So that's screwed in there. Some people have been painting these bits in the back black because you can't see them very well or you won't be able to see them in the R2 because they're not in the R2 really. So they painted them black. I'm just going to leave it as I'm building this as it is. So I'm no good at modifying, so I'll probably mess it up if I did. So okay, right. So what you do is you get the test board, a good test board, and one of them boards actually go into the R2 at the bottom of his body. I've had it all wired up since last time I tested it. There's no point me undoing his wires yet. And what you do is you plug in the battery pack into, where'd you pack the battery back? You plug it into, I should have checked this before I did this one already. Plug it into the test board, the top right there, or bottom left, however you look at it. And then you plug top sensor, which is marked T, which is where the shark fin is, T, in the one that's marked TX on the board. I'll show you that in a sec. It goes the second one from the right there. And then you get the other one, which is marked R into the marked one, which is marked RX. Simples. Right. That's probably where they'll go into the body later on anyway, because I'm guessing that's TX, RX means something. No clue what it means. Right, and you tested it already before, so you put the thing nothing 200 meters, 2 meters in front of it, and put something close to it, about 500 meters, 500 mil. Being object size will sense, so it gets within half a meter, 500 millimeters. Yellow indicator on test board should light up. Okay, I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll be back with the next part in a minute. There's no point doing that. See me. Right, that's that done. It's tested perfectly fine. It came on just over 500 mil, so it's not brilliant, but it'll do. I'm not faffing about that. As long as you test it similar to the way I did in my test video, I'll put a link in the description. Probably put a link up here somewhere. My last video of testing sensors. You put it so that the let's see, the shark's fins at the top, and you push the wires through the top and squeeze through the hole, so it looks like that. And you got 2 holes at the top, 2 holes at the bottom, and all it needs is 4 2x6mm screws again. And then that'll be issue 82. There's no point me doing on that camera. I'll be back with you with issue 83 and these screwed in a minute. Bye.